for the... I was going to say for the top, but
Sion. Hey man, Sion could be mid lane.
Yeah.
So can the Gragas.
Damwon have 3 champions that can rotate, right? So this is such a scary team to draft against. And pulling the Renekton.
5 Renekton, baby. That's what we're looking for. Love it.
That's a bit of a bold statement because it's difficult to find value with Renekton into the Sion or the Gragas in the top lane.
Yeah, it is better into the Sion because you can cancel out his shield. That's certainly good. There was actually a great comment on the post-match thread about how valuable the what is it, Serpent's Blade or something like that? The one that
the shield breaker
guy.
Yeah.
That one's would have been really good into that Zoe last time around. And
might be good here too, honestly, given the Seraphine and the Sion.
Exactly. This is another example of that, and also very valuable into the Fredit Brion composition. In fact, on both sides of the rift. Yep.
As long as Showmaker is stable here, I do think Damwon Kia is the stronger team and will just kind of win out later on.
The scary thing is that Damwon Kia now have that front-to-back team-fighting composition that Fredit Brion had in the last game, and it's easier to execute. But stun does come in, and then Khan is able to actually utilize the shield for some value there to mitigate some of that Cull the Meek damage. As Umti's coming up towards the top side, and this is a pretty good engage from Hoya. The flash out from Khan giving him a lot of respect.
And this is a matchup where early on, we see Renekton's even sometimes proxying the minions between turrets. Canyon is rotating up, though.
Yeah, gets himself the smoke screen. Hoya having to run away. Flashes on in for the stun as now Canyon, with that red buff, doing a fair bit of work. So the flashes traded in the end, I guess you could say.
Then this composition just safely scales. Canyon just gets away with this.
Yeah, just hops down, takes away the Drake. Mountain is going to be the next one, so we could have a fun Drake or a very boring Drake. And this is the gank that you were talking about.
Yep, 6 is hit. This is the timing.
Let's see whether Showmaker is going to give the respect. The answer's unnecessary.
Scoop is the wrong direction.
It very weirdly, exactly.
He needed to scoop it back towards his turret. If you scoop it at that angle, then Showmaker's like, what? Yeah. I don't know if I'd call that a gank, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a little bit sad as that's another phenomenal body slam. Blade Caller comes in. Delight has been lit on fire as there's the flash out from Ghost, avoiding Umpty, and that devastating charge as Beryl still chasing after this one. You can see Canyon in that mid lane. Beryl's just going aggressive because he feels like it in this 2 versus 3 scenario, and Ghost is given a lot of extra space. Flash is now on cooldown, but they traded it for Delights as well.
Just keeping that duo proximity low, man.
Absolutely.
It's just going to be away. And
sometimes I feel like Beryl's duo partner is actually Khan. As Canyon going to start off this Rift Herald. Delight in the area as well.
Look at Hoya! He can't even get here.
He's so low. Khan doesn't have ulti. Flash available for the Sion, almost up here for Hoya, but it looks like Fredit Brion shouldn't be able to fight this as they do manage to take this one down. Umpty is going to be taxied back as Graves grabs the first blood. Emperor's Divide is good though onto Beryl, who's surviving for way too long. In fact, gets a lot of damage down, flashes on away, and now Hoya is stunned at the back of the pit. He's dead as well, and Damwon Kia off to a phenomenal start.
Yeah, but the longer fight here is going to be Damwon Kia's no matter what because of the state of the health bars here. And when you look at where Beryl is, like no one is on top of him right now, so he just turns around. And then you see Lava commits in for the Emperor's Divide. But where's the damage? Hoya's trying to kill Canyon, and when there's 2 targets here and no one is like, it's like they don't actually commit to one side or the other. You kill neither Canyon nor Beryl here. The shot calling in this fight. Damwon Kia just ready to take another objective here. Umpty gonna look for the wraparound. Oh, look at Beryl, he's so good!
Yeah, exactly. Delight is going to get pushed out of this fight right now. There's the onslaught of shadows into the backline as Umpty's still pretty healthy in this one, but in goes the Sion. Triple knockup. The Encore only onto Hoya, but that's all they needed to evaporate the Renekton, and now Fredit Brion are on the run, shifting sands to get Lava out of there, but this is exactly what Damwon wanted. They'll take themselves the Drake, and this is going from bad to worse.
He's damaging this turret quite significantly, right? Got an extra plate. Khan is uncontested.
Oh, he almost got that auto off. This is like that got an ulti out of Hoya. This is so scary.
He has to, and now
0 plates. This could be a perfect game with no plates even as Canyon comes up towards that top side. The easiest dive of the universe happens.
Good Seems that way.
Well, I guess they could be played in like every single lane back in Season 1. As Umpty's going to come down, he's going to try and get his revenge here onto Beryl, who does get pushed back. Goodbye perfect game maybe, and yes! He will be taken down. Now Ghost is getting chased out. No mana left on Umpty, though, as the Blade Caller not able to get too much value. As you can see, a bunch of pings on the top side of the map, and Khan's looking to try and push this one in.
Extremely tanky Scion.
Well, now we've got the third Drake of the game being taken down very simply. Going to get that absolutely coveted Cloud Soul that Damwon Kia get way too many of. Lethality Scion, anyone? It's doing too much damage.
We're waiting for it.
Has to use the ulti. Really well played there by Umpty to guarantee that the Zaya's positioning was messed up. And they do lock down yet another kill on one of the bottom lane members. They'll transition this into a red buff steal. I don't know whether it's quite enough to get this game back on their side. Yeah, you really need to try and get into the back line, but the thing is, like, the peel is actually really good on the side of Damwon Kia this time around. As Beryl is going to demonstrate that. Goodbye, Lava.
Yikes. That's his first death of the game, but
yeah, that was pretty fast.
He was, he went down right away. I mean, this is another amazing play from Beryl, who's just Kia have so many times and continue to, because he is so good at Gragas, better than most supports who play Gragas.
It used to be all about life's Gragas, right? But now I feel like Beryl has really taken the title of our, Gragas supporter. As the train leaves, oh, that's some real nice drifting there. Right on the edge, as Khan just slightly misses the minions. But that's okay. He will put up the Damwon sign. Like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a game that Fred Brion.
Oh, they also just took Cloud Soul
without
any response.
Getting caught by that potentially is,
Yeah, Canyon going to get engaged on here. Gets very, very frightened, and you can understand exactly why now. Beryl might suffer the same fate. Could this be Fred Brion coming alive as beat drop? Not quite going to work out here as we're waiting for the encore, but Showmaker not going to go for it. Without the jungler, Fred Brion think that it's time to go for this Baron.
Khan's got teleport. He's coming through.
Scion is going to come in here as Delight is taken down very, very low. Hoya with the ulti pre-popped is now looking to try and get on top of Ghost. The encore lands onto 3 as Khan gets into the backline, but they've lost the Xayah. Showmaker wants to be able to get the work done here as, oh my god, Lava just gets body slammed out of an attempted Emperor's Divide. And look at this, is what we were talking about. They can't kill Khan.
They can't kill him.
It's just taken everything from these guys as Showmaker tries to get the beat drop and the Renekton will fall. Emperor's Divide to try and stop him, but it's too little too late.
Unbelievable.
And it looked like they lost their damage, Wolf, but it
was 4v5.
It didn't matter.
It was 4v5. And Showmaker did so much damage in this fight with all the stacks he's gotten at this stage of the game. This is unbelievable. This is actually insanity what we're watching right now as Canyon gets greedy. Does end up getting the vision here, but, pays for it with his life. Fred and Brion feel like, okay, it's time. We're going to take a Baron. And the ensuing fight is actually insane. Like, watch how much damage Showmaker does in this fight. I want to see the damage numbers, in fact, because I think he might have actually out-damaged Lava in this fight. As Khan just comes through, he misses his ultimate. He doesn't even get the knockups, but the charm is there, and they cannot get on top of Showmaker because Khan is just frontlining like a madman, 1v5, and Showmaker is just tossing in Qs, and he's just doing so much damage, you can't actually fight this. Khan's unkillable. I cannot believe what we just watched.
Silly. It is so silly. Because they're trying to ignore Khan as best they can, but actually he does a deceptively large amount of damage.
Yeah, look at the shields at the end of the fight where it's already over. He didn't even use those when it mattered. He didn't even need those.
Is the train going to come out yet again as, some sexy drifting there from Khan. And they're going to take a Baron right on top of a whole bunch of wards that have now lost all of their sight because of that pink one in the back of the pit. And Damwon Kia, yes, they were ludicrously far ahead. That was a bit comical in the last fight, but they go over.
And with this Baron buff, Damwon Kia just group, right? They don't need a side laner. They're just going to push us 5.
Well, in goes the train. Not going to find any stuns, but buys enough space. It's exactly what Khan needed to do. As now Canyon actually able to get so much damage onto Delight right here. As Khan, he's just walking under turrets, just straight up does not care about anything. As maybe this is just the push for the win. They have Baron, they have Elder. Elder's there for just under a minute.
They check.
It looks like we're looking for the inhibitor turret in mid as Beryl. He was the one pushing this one out. Searching for Umpty first and decides to taxi a wave in. And they'll say thank you very much to their second inhibitor.
Damwon Kia in prime position to close this one out. Now they just walk away.
Fred and Brion do have one last team fight in them, but it will be desperation, if anything.
Khan
lost about 1,000 health.
Oh no!
How valuable.
Anyway.
As, Canyon just going to dive on forward. Umpty's going to have to get out of there as he's not tanky enough at all. as Lava's trying to shift the sands to get himself out. He sets himself up to Sun Disc.
You've got to dodge Khan's ultimate if you can. That's why everyone's respecting where he's standing so much here, because he's got that ult available. They know it.
Showmaker. That's a lot of damage from the passive there.
He's
not a lot of counterplay options to that one either, as we've got a lot of super creeps moving their way in. As Lava's trying to get out, the drifting once again, looking beautiful. He finds Lava, once just half healths him as full tank Scion. The Gargoyle Stoneplate going to mean that he should be able to get out as the minions, while 100% trolling him there, but it's not going to cost him his life. Umpty's going to get body slammed back. You can see Showmaker doing a lot of work. Ghost wasn't there to get the follow-up damage, but it doesn't really matter. Showmaker locks down the Azir as Hoya has to go golden there towards the backside. Canyon not going to be so lucky here, but I think this is the end of this one, Wolf, as Umpty's going to have to get out. In comes Scion once again as he teleports onto the minions. And they're just going to celebrate towards the end of this one. Khan goes golden, but it's just the Nexus that they have to finish off. He dies! Oh my goodness, his first death of the series, as Hoya's going to have to go back to the fountain, and the Nexus is going to be finished off by Ghost. But
lost to Fredit Brion last time around, a little bit somber. He does top the damage chart, 19.9. Almost broke 20. Almost broke 20 this game.
So silly.
This is Damwon Kia at their best. This is peak Damwon Kia. You get them a lead, and they are just going to absolutely crush you. 11,000 gold to gold difference.
Over 3 times the damage of a Renekton as full tank Scion Wolf.
Insane.
Stupid. That is just absurd.
Thank you very much, guys. And Damwon Kia perfectly got their revenge on Fredit Brion, and they are now having 13 wins of the split, extending their winning streak to number 11. And this time around, Lava was playing Azir, and Fredit Brion was once again going for another dive comp for game number 2. After seeing this draft getting done, I think Fredit Brion would have been able to get lane priority, especially with the Renekton into Scion. But, Damwon Kia piloted their comp way better than the opponents. Especially the gank coming out from Graves, skipping that Croc camp in the early game was so critical for Scion to win his laning phase. Damwon Kia this time around, they wanted to play around the late game based on the Seraphine mid pick. Seraphine can boost up the ability of Graves and Xayah in the late game, and this is a guaranteed teamfight victory with this 2 DPS on the side of Damwon Kia for sure, with the help from Seraphine. But Fredit Brion, they were maybe too caught up with their theme and concept of their comp, so they were a little bit getting over eager in order to open fights around the early objectives. And we also want to point out, once again, just like game number 1, Damwon Kia just led their opponent to play Hecarim, and then they take away Graves as the answer. And we could see that actually Hecarim is not a champion that can perfectly block or zone out Graves. It's a very smart analysis of the champion matchup coming from Damwon Kia. Now let's take a look at this first Herald fight. Fredit Brion, they had their eyes on Showmaker. They wanted to get a pick onto the Seraphine, but watch Burrow. He was blocking the engage coming from and Delight, and then Hoya was looking for that flash stun, but Hecarim with the knockback, he actually interrupted the engage or follow-up coming from his teammate, and then Gragas and Graves, they survived this fight with a very low HP. And it was a huge win for Damwon Kia from the very early phase of the game. There was a chance for Fredit Brion to make a better kind of engagement with their dive comp. Hecarim went in, he was able to find Seraphine in the front line, but the follow-up from Fredit Brion was not on the same page. It looked like they were pretty much disjointed because maybe due to the lack of understanding of the abilities and skills that they had. Now let's take a look at the second highlight where it started with Graves getting caught out. A very smart pick coming from Freddy Brion, and Gorilla actually expected Burrow to use his flash to survive, and Burrow's HP went down to about 1/5, but Burrow, look at this healing coming out from his passive. So Burrow now has more than half of his HP, and he was able to participate in this upcoming team fight as well. Well, Freddy Brion was able to take down Zaya, but that actually didn't matter for Damwon Kia. And then a fantastic block into the Azir Drift as well. And because no one had the healing reduction aside of Freddy Brion, we could see massive healing coming from Seraph and also some of the tanky front line as well. Sion was unbreakable in this game. So even though Damwon Kia didn't have their damage carry in that team fight, they had two tanky front line and also Seraphine to boost them up, and they were able to win this team fight even though they were down in numbers as well. And Damwon Kia was able to pick up a clean 2-0 win up against Freddy Brion, and Khan will be picking up this POG on Sion in game number 2. Well deserved POG going over to Khan, and DTPM, damage taken per minute, is insane. This Sion was so crazy, and Sexy Drift, as our casters has commented, is making his way to that Baron pit directly. We would like to invite him for a Science Speedway, maybe. Fantastic positioning as the MB3 frontline for Damwon Kia, and then actually he was the one getting all the damage done on the side of Damwon Kia as well. Khan knows exactly when to take the damage and then when to turn the fight around and put the damage onto the opponents. With this performance, I think we can say a lot of teams will ban it away from him from now on. I mean, Khan has been keep mentioning that he's waiting for the teams to ban it away from him, but still, I think the teams are not ready to bring the counter strategy into Khan's Sion. And Khan is a player who creates the meta, who leads the meta in the League of Legends. Not sure about the Lulu pick, but still, I can say for sure Sion was so effective. Unanimous votes secured by Khan with that Sion performance in game 2. Now it's time to invite Burrow and Khan for this POG interview. Before we go, let's take a look at this itemization from Khan. Not all the players are now building the Sunfire Aegis actually. And also, we just not complete the Bramble Vest, we just keep it in the we just complete the item up until the Bramble Vest, and then they look for other items to complete for boost his tank ability as well.